Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Established Run's NBA Injury Report Analysis Show. I'm Drew Dinkmeyer here with Mike Gallagher to walk you through tonight's two-game slate, just a little baby slate after the big 14 gamer yesterday. Feeling good about this slate. A couple injuries to touch on, though, as we do have two teams on a back-to-back. Uh, as you know, 28 teams play yesterday. You got to have two teams on a back-to-back if there's two games today. How are you feeling, Mike?
Good, yeah. Got a little morning hike in with one of our projections guys, Sam. That was nice, but I'm behind. I got to really start focusing and writing matchups for tomorrow. But yeah, good fun day. I shouldn't say fun. I mean, it was fun, but it was a lot of work yesterday, man. I did not like those 14 gamers.
Yeah, it's a lot. 9 games tomorrow, still a lot, but it'll feel a lot different than 14. So that'll be good. Let's get into the injury stuff today. We'll make this a quick show. We'll start with Milwaukee and Indiana. Milwaukee on the second night of back-to-back here. Giannis revenge after getting ejected last night. He's listed as probable on the injury report with left ankle soreness. The big tag here is the Q tag for Damian Lillard, right calf soreness. Got to be a little bit concerned on how the Bucks will handle things here with Damian Lillard, aging veteran. We've seen them handle Giannis and Chris Middleton a little bit softer in the last few years. Chris Middleton not listed on the injury report tonight, sat out last night's game. So what are your thoughts on the availability for Dame here? And are you worried about the Giannis probable tag? Because it's been a thing in the past to be on the lookout for downgrades late in the day.
Yeah, I actually think he probably would have got a Q tag had he not been ejected early in this game to give him only 22 minutes, and it looked like he was having a pretty decent game early on. Although Beef Stew did guard him pretty well, I thought. But yeah, so not as much. Certainly some. There's all Bucks probable is a thing. I've talked about it pretty much since ETR NBA started, even before that. So yeah, I'm definitely keeping an eye on that. Do not assume he is in for sure. If you're thinking about making stuff, we'll be cautious there. Yeah, Dame. Big workload yesterday. Had a really strong fourth quarter. Very much Dame time. Calf soreness, not great. Injury tag. Could sit. I think he's probably 50-50. Definitely could see him sitting this one out. They really like Campaign, too. We've seen Campaign get a lot of overlap. That's usually a good indication that the coach likes his backup point guard, not only saying he does, but playing him next to your point guard and when they're kind of undersized. So I think that they've got some confidence here in Campaign to pick up a really big role. So he would be in the starting lineup. Chris Middleton, minutes were up. We saw him hit 21 in the last game. That was kind of expected. I think he might be in that low 20s for 3-4 games and then kind of go up to the mid 20s. And then maybe if things go well, upper 20s there. So yeah, those guys should be. So it'd be Dame or Payne. Obviously, Middleton would start over Crowder, which was, God, what a brutal beat yesterday. Malik Beasley, why are you passing to Jay Crowder? You're a good free throw shooter and you don't want to take those shots to ice the game for your team. We took a Crowder under. Anyone who does our props probably knows what I'm talking about. But yeah, pretty straightforward there. We'll see on Dame.
Yeah, and one note on Campaign, just from the rates perspective, his role has been severely minimized so far. I imagine that would change if Damian Lillard was out and he was asked to kind of move into a starting lineup. I think the ball would be in his hands a little bit more there than it has been, but it has not been in his hands very much at all. It's been a very like off ball role, low potential assist rate role. The ball's been in the hands of Dame and Giannis a lot more. So something to be aware of. It's not quite the same Campaign in terms of role that we saw in Phoenix in years past. I'm not sure if that would change if Dame were out and he were elevated. Something to keep an eye on. Okay, they are playing Indiana, who is also on the second night of back-to-back here. They have nobody listed on the injury report, so we don't have to worry about nobody of their starting rotation. Their G League guys are all listed questionable. Any notes here on the Pacers?
No, Obi's minutes kind of went down again. Not surprised. Really, kind of slowish first quarter, and then kind of blew the doors off him offensively, which is expected. Utah can't defend anybody right now, so yeah, Pacers scoring a ton. I would imagine they're still ranked first in offense after last night. They're just humming. So yeah, not too much to add here. We did see them, after foul trouble, kind of got Isaiah Jackson. They ran back to this 2-center lineup.
Yeah, the only thing that I'd note here is Ben Mathurin getting up to 38 minutes. We've seen his minutes kind of like all over the map early in the season. And so I thought, I mentioned on the show yesterday, I think we had like 26, 27 minutes projected or something like that. And I was saying, like, I think our projection is right, but I know that there's a game somewhere down the line that Ben Matherin's going to play 34 or 35. I did not think 38. I undershot in terms of what the ceiling could be. I did not think it was necessarily going to happen last night, but it just goes to show that outside of Turner and Halliburton, and even Turner because of foul trouble and different things there, Jalen Smith playing better of late, there's going to be some variability. But I think just generally it's going to be a little bit of a hot hand situation with Neesmith and Toppin, with Heald and Bruce Brown and Matherin. Like, I think it's going to be a little bit of a hot hand situation with those guys. So Halliburton's really the only one whose like minutes feel really stable night in and night out on Indy. Okay, let's move to Atlanta and Orlando. On the Atlanta side, they are these two teams are not on a back-to-back. These are the only two teams in the NBA that did not play last night. No notable injuries here to cover. Muhammad Gouye listed questionable. He's not in the rotation. Wesley Matthews still out with a mild calf strain. So, any notes on the Hawks tonight?
No, yeah, that's dirty to do Muhammad Gee like that, but yeah, he's not in the rotation anyways, and neither is AJ Griffin. He is out. They are running. We talked about this on a podcast we just recorded. This rotation is just money in the bank, man. To play as tight as they are, have the fastest offensive pace in the NBA in seconds per possession is just what dreams are made of in fantasy. So, just a really, really good spot to hit. Orlando's defense, I think, is definitely missing Wendell Carter Jr. a little bit with the way they were kind of locking down interior, which is not surprising. Goga's like really can only kind of play one way, and you can't really mix up schemes and stuff. But pretty good spot for the Hawks tonight.
On the Orlando side of things, they also did not play last night. They do have some members of their team on the injury report, though. They're still going to be without Gary Harris. He's still out with the right growing strain, and Wendell Carter Jr. He's out a couple of weeks with the left hand fracture. They've got a probable tag on Jonathan Isaac, who had soreness in his left hamstring. So it sounds like he will be back for his limited role off the bench. And then the big questionable tag is with Markelle Fultz. He's got tendonitis in that left knee. We saw in the absence of Markelle Fultz, we've seen Anthony Black kind of slide in that starting lineup play. Pretty big minutes there. Jalen Suggs and Paolo Banchero and Franz Wagner's roles all growing. Paolo a little bit more so than Franz with ball handling and whatnot. What are your expectations in Fultz's availability tonight, and how it would impact things if he misses again?
So noteworthy on the listing, I mentioned it on the last edition that Markelle Fultz was listed with swelling in his knee. That is an ominous sign in the injury reporting. Now he gets changed to a tendonitis issue. So that's good. So I think he's trending in the right direction. Don't have a great feel. He did practice yesterday, so I think he's in most signs with the way that his kind of listing was downgraded and getting some practice in. It sounds like he's 65-35, I would say, to be in there. We'll see if they kind of cut his minutes down as well. Certainly that will move Anthony Black to the bench. We'll see if they put him in the rotation. He's been playing pretty solid basketball for them after kind of being the last man out of the rotation. So, does Jonathan Isaac not play? Maybe they kind of go that route against the team that's going to play fast. So that's kind of a big question. We'll probably wind up hedging it. I haven't looked at minutes yet, but that's something to watch. Obviously, Goga's minutes are pretty secure. Him and Mo Wagner kind of have just locked down the center minutes there. We'll see if Cole Anthony's minutes, they should come down a little bit. And then, as you mentioned, Paolo Banchero's handling will come down. And Franz Wagner, not shooting the ball well. He's been really, really bad around the basket this season. He needs to improve that there, but the role's been pretty good.
Yeah, which is surprising because he was a very good finisher around the basket last year. So it looks like, just some early season struggles there. But that'll do it for this edition of Established Run's NBA Injury Report Analysis Show. A quick edition today as we get in and out in just under 10 minutes. As always, if you're enjoying the content that we provide, please subscribe to this YouTube page, get notifications whenever we go live. And of course, smash, press, hold down gently, firmly, caress, however you'd like to, that like button to help circulate this content within the algorithm. You feed the algorithm, it helps feed our families. We keep feeding you the NBA injury analysis and information you need to make your DFS lineups, your spread bets, your prop bets, your season-long lineups as well. So feed the algorithm, help us feed our families. We'll keep feeding you. And of course, if you're interested in any of our content behind the paywall, myself and Mike Gallagher will go live tonight at 5 o'clock, breaking this 2-game slate down. Also taking your strategy questions as we do on smaller slates and any other general questions about NBA, NBA DFS, so on and so forth behind the paywall, 5 o'clock Eastern time. Join us there. And then the props package, we are off to a great start, 77-33 through the first 2 plus weeks of the season. Please, if you are interested in joining the props packages, read that FAQ. It will provide you a lot of essential information in understanding how the props package works and the challenges and the benefits, if you can get the bets, to being able to participate in the props package. But certainly something we want everybody to read because it is very challenging to get bets. We have a business because people are able to do it, but not everybody who signs up is able to do it, and it can be a frustrating or disappointing process. We have weekly subscriptions for that product only because we want people to have the ability to cancel immediately if the product is not for them. Okay, we will be back tomorrow with myself, Mike Gallagher, and Justin Fan to break down the 9-game slate, much more manageable size slate. We'll see if we can do it in under an hour. I know you'll all be watching and keeping track of us at home. We'll see you then. Enjoy your Thursday. Enjoy the 2 games tonight. Take care, everybody.